Welcome. Got the hat on. Not my normal stream time, so for whoever is here, I'm gonna need some extra carrying in the chat. But yeah, typically I just don't go live on Fridays just because the market's closing for the weekend, but today was exceptional for a very specific stock. It was pretty decent all around, but Fisker, let's go. I mean, this is what the stream started off of. This is what really is a major reason for why I'm streaming every single day. It's on my head right now on the hat. I have the poster on my wall. It's just Fisker. I mean, since I started putting out trades, since everything, it's been my favorite stock. I've put out 3 different full videos on Fisker. I've said pretty much in every single stream that's my favorite stock. I go over it on every single stream. And finally, after months and months and months of waiting, of people doubting, of no price movement, sitting at $15 for literally a whole entire month straight, the attention came over to Fisker. Finally, since it was $9, I'm gonna go look at the chart. Since it was literally $9 a share, I've been super bullish on it, and just to see it pretty much 3x since that first original breakdown video I did on Fisker is like a dream come true. And I'm going to talk about my thoughts on the future, everything that's going on. And basically, yeah, it consolidated at $15 for a month. That's when I put out the recent trade. And just in the last week, they've had, like 2 weeks ago, they got that first original price target of $27 from Adam Jonas at Morgan Stanley. And then he pretty much came out today, I believe, or their firm at least came out today, and they increased their base price target to $40 and the bull case price target of $90. And Fisker went to pretty much $29 at the high today, which is insane. Hopefully some of you got in on the first trade I put out, which is on my wall at $9. Hopefully others of you saw the second trade at $15. But yeah, it's awesome. I'm so happy about it. Need some water, give me a second. And hopefully it continues, but again, you have to remember it just went from pretty much, it just doubled in like 2 weeks. So, if people start taking profits, like that's not something that would be surprising, but at the same time, it already went crazy. Let's head on over to the chart, let's talk about it. But yeah, make sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button if you want to send me a tip. That's the pinned comment in the chat. My mic is dying. Let me see. Seems good to me. But yeah, if you want me to send me a tip, that's the pinned comment in the chat and the first link in the description. What a beautiful chart. I mean, just honestly, what a beautiful chart. The Wyckoff accumulation. I don't want to keep coughing. But the Wyckoff accumulation literally at $15 for a month. It took patience. It took a lot of time of just waiting. Did not mean to scroll out. Of just waiting and waiting and waiting and being bullish and more bullish and more bullish. And then finally the catalyst came. It was very, very likely that eventually catalysts would come, and they did come, and now you saw craziness all the way up to $29 at one point. Pretty much went to the 2618 Fibonacci extension and then pulled back. So yeah, I'm super happy. Hopefully some of you are here that have heard me talk about Fisker nonstop for over 3 months, and you're also super happy. But this is what happens. The smart money, the composite man, was accumulating his position at $15. And if you've been here for a while, even under that with the original bullish butterfly trade that I posted at $9. And since then, you had a crazy run. You came back halfway down to the golden retrace, accumulated for a month. And then with all the catalysts, you just went crazy. Just crushed it. There was a trade on this move as well. It was like a 44% gain. In terms of my thoughts on the future, it depends. If you pass this 2618, then you have the psychological resistance of $30. If you break 30, you're thinking like 33 to 35 next. But you have to remember, it just went from pretty much just doubled in like literally 2 weeks. So could you get a quick retrace? Yes. If you are going to retrace and the market pulls back, or people are just taking profits or whatever it is, unfortunately, when you have a crazy move like this, you can't really create a solid support. The next major support would be $23.61, which used to be your all-time high from November 27th. And then it also kind of was a mini resistance on Wednesday and Thursday right over here. So 23.61 is like the biggest resistance. If you break that, then you have like 21.55, which used to be your original all-time high from like July. And you definitely do not want to fall under 21.55. That would probably start like a trend reversal. I mean, technically, you're going to be in a bull trend on Fisker as long as you never fall under like $18. As long as you're over 18, you're technically still going to be in a bull trend because you're going to be making a higher low. So there's a lot of room. I have no clue what the future holds. You know, it's really hard to predict something after the move happens. But if you've been here for a month, I talked about it literally every single day, saying it was bullish right here. Divergence, accumulation, multiple patterns within this macro pattern, and finally, it happened to work out. And I'm super happy about that. So yeah, let's get the likes to at least 20 likes. I know it's not my normal stream, so less people in here. But if you support what I'm doing, if you were in this trade at all, hit that like button, get it to 20 likes, hit that subscribe button. And yeah, I don't know why my overlay is laggy. Let me try and fix that. Yeah, we can talk about other trades and stuff like that. So I just wanted to definitely give a huge opening for Fisker, and we can come back to Fisker as well. But before we talk about all the other trades, let's talk about the market. Unfortunately, it closed under support, and that's not good. You could get a fake out. You got a fake out right over here on January 29th. So let's say on Monday you have just like a super good day and you close back in the channel, then you could be fine. It could be a fake out. But if you really start confirming price action to the downside on the S&P 500, things can get uglier than what's already been going on. So unfortunately, it looks worse than it has in a long time. And if you've been in the stream, I've been warning about the market since it was at the top of the channel. There was bearish divergence, and it was just at that resistance it can't break, or it hasn't been able to break. So topped out there, and now you're not bouncing. You tried to bounce off of the bottom of the channel. You did earlier in the morning, but you're not holding it for the close. Futures are at 38.09, so they're also under the channel as well. So unless it's a fake out, the technicals on the market don't look good. That doesn't mean that you can't trade. It just means you have to be very, very smart. You have to manage your risk in case we do have a continuation of this short-term bear trend, or it could turn into a long-term one. There's no way to know at this point. But yes, my thoughts on the market. You did bounce off the golden retrace to 0.618 retrace earlier today. Oh, so it's tough. Your next major support on the S&P 500, if this breaks, it's like 3,700, which is another 100 points down. So just keep all that in mind with all the ongoing trades. Manage your risk for sure. And yeah, let's talk about the other trades. CCIB had a good day. It was up 10%. I put out this trade. The entry was 27.50 or so. Currently, this trade is up about 12% in about 2 days. Pound here still at the entry. Nothing's really changed here. So no difference there. Helion, I'm not too sure about it. It kind of broke the support, if I'm being honest. It technically got stop hunted already, so I'm not too sure there. Rocket hit the target this morning. It was great earnings. They had a nice move after hours yesterday. Rocket hit the target for a 21% gain in like a week or two. So the Rocket trade worked out perfectly. Hit the 24 mark in pre-market this morning. BlackBerry, this one sucks. You know, you had the whole entire Wall Street bets move earlier this week. At one point, the BlackBerry trade was up 16%. Now the trade is all the way down 3%. So a huge pullback right there. Unfortunately, same thing with XL. At one point, this trade was up, I think, like 11%. Yeah, it was up like 12% at one point, but now XL came all the way back down to the entry. It's just tough times with the market. Same thing with SDC. At one point, this trade was literally up like 14%. Now it's only up 3%. So at least all the trades are still in profit, but obviously they were up a lot more. DD had an okay day today. It was up like 1%. This trade's up 3% right now. Boeing had a bad day today. Trade's only up 2%, even though it was up 10% at one point. So the trades were starting off great. They were working out. I think they honestly would have played out if the market didn't be so volatile, but you always have to account for the macro, and that's just what happened on all the trades. Same thing with QSR. It was up 6%. Now it's only up 1%. It sucks. I know. That's just how it is. Two other things I want to talk about: Clover and UWMC. Clover has their earnings on Monday, and they have a tech reveal conference or something on Tuesday. You're interested in a falling wedge. The issue here, which kind of makes it a 50-50 on the chart, is you don't have any more support. You broke all the supports. So you still can create divergence. You were developing divergence today, but then it fell towards the end of the day. You are oversold on the RSI. I really think Clover just comes down to however people react to the earnings, which is literally on Monday, and we'll find out there. Full disclosure, I'm still in Clover. I have not sold anything. So I hope it works out, but there's never certainty, and it's been pretty nasty. Then the new trade from today was UWMC. This is the second time I'm going for it on UWMC, where you have quadruple classic bullish divergence on the 4 hour, right? One island to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, all higher lows when the price was going down. So a lot of classic bullish divergence. You're at the PCZ of a bullish deep crab. You're at the 1618, and you double bottomed at the PCZ pretty much. It's not perfect, but kind of. It's there. Same thing, some divergence on the daily, like locally. So this is a new trade from today. We'll see what happens with UWMC. And that's your flash recap of the trades, the week. Just looking at the trades from the week. Let's go over to this screen. It was all right. Remember, there's a bunch of these red trades, but I put the little disclaimer, like literally most of them were already down last week. I just had to carry them over from last week because they were still ongoing. So if you take out like literally all of these trades, I'm gonna put it back, don't worry. But like if I just take out those trades, it really wasn't that bad of a week. It was a pretty decent week if you don't include the trades from last week, which were almost like stopped out. But that's just how I run my sheet. I always carry over the ongoing trades. So a bunch of those just made this week look bad, but it really was decent considering the S&P was down 2% in this week, and it was insanely volatile. Terrible day on Tuesday morning, terrible day yesterday, worst day since September. Pretty decent week. Of course, the trades were literally way higher earlier, like on I think Wednesday maybe. There was a great day on Wednesday. That was like the one like huge good bullish day. And then can't even talk. Fisker hit the target for 44%, X hit the target for 22%, and Rocket hit the target this morning for 21%. So pretty decent week all around. I'm looking forward to next week. I can't talk, I don't know why. So yeah, hopefully you hung in there this week. I know it was not normal. It's not what we've been having for like the past year. Remember, you always have to adapt to the market, so just keep all that in mind. I did look at Palantir. I pretty much just said nothing's really changed there. You did actually get a bullish pin bar candle on the daily candle today, right off of the support. So it hit the support at 22.75. It bounced off of it, and you're still showing some hidden bullish divergence, just slightly, if it can continue to develop. So yeah, we need one more like to hit 20 likes. I want to get there. I know it's a Friday afternoon. Most people are not. The normal people in the stream are not here today, but if you are here, I appreciate that. Make sure to hit that like button, the subscribe button, and if you want to send me a tip, that's the pinned comment in the chat. I want to see what Fisker's at after hours. Take a look real quick. It's at 28. Not too much movement after hours. Any comments on BigCommerce? Yeah, I was looking at BigCommerce earlier today. It's potentially creating like a, guess that would that be a Gartley? Let me check. It's potentially creating a harmonic. Let me just verify that. No, that would not be a Gartley. Let's see, a butterfly maybe? No, it's not. I don't really think it's a textbook harmonic. No. Yeah, never mind. It just had a bunch of different fib points lining up, but I don't think that's like a textbook one, so I'm gonna delete that actually. BigCommerce is back at that all-time low support. Remember, there was a trade right here on BigCommerce on this move right here. I put out a trade. It was like a 30% gain in like 2 weeks, and then it just pretty much hit the target, went much more crazier, and then it fell all the way back down. So this is a big make or break area for BigCommerce. Spotify, is that Spot? Yeah. Sundial, Tilray, GTLL. Sundial, there's not too much I can give you here. 50-50, no edge on the chart. Same thing on Tilray. It's just there's not enough data. There's not enough consistent data for me to give you like an answer. Same thing with the GTLL. I don't like BSing charts. If I have an answer for you, I'll give it to you. But there's really not much for me to say at the moment. I can't. Doesn't mean it's going to go down. It just means I don't know. Appreciate the 20 likes. Yeah, pretty interesting day. I'm hoping UWMC has a good week next week, but we'll see. It's one of my favorite charts right now. It's heavily oversold. Overlooked great, but it just kept dropping. I don't like how it fell under 10. Still has a chance. We'll see what happens on Monday with all the news. Ilion is just at that support. Technically, the trade did get stopped out for like a 3% loss. I'm not really tripping over that. And it's like pretty much still at the even point of the trade I put out yesterday. It's just it was at a major support 1526. You definitely need to get back over 1526. You bounced off of it like 5 different times over here. That's your support. Very easy to manage your risk. If you fall too much lower, take caution on Helion. So just want to make that clear. Yeah, I talked about the crab pattern UWMC. Basically, from the X point to the B point, you got a golden retrace, which is the 618. Then you made under an 886 from B to C. And then all the way down here from X to your D point, which is where it kind of showed demand at, you had a 1618 golden ratio retrace. And then you double bottomed at the PCC, which is very good. Appreciate the support, Mark. And yeah, you kind of also had a bullish pin bar candle on UWMC today. A lot of things had pin bar candles. Let me check the Clover daily. Not much there. What about Fisker? Couldn't have been a pin bar, but pretty huge green. That must be the biggest candle Fisker's ever printed, like dollar-wise. I don't know about percent-wise, but I feel like it could have had a 32% candle. It had a 35% candle on November 25th. Yeah, so it's not the best percentage day for Fisker ever, but I think it's the most amount of money. It's like the dollar-wise, right? So on November 25th, Fisker went up $5. And then today, Fisker went up like $9. So today, like dollar-wise, was the biggest move Fisker's ever made. Huge day, just huge day. So happy about it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. I'm looking at FEYE. It doesn't have divergence on the daily, and the original trade did not work out. But it's back at its support, and it's showing 4-hour classic bullish divergence. So I'm just holding off on this trade. I want to see how the market opens up on Monday before putting out any new trades, just to be safe. But it's at a demand line. We'll see what happens with it. Same thing with KNDI. It's at a support, and the 200-day moving average is trying to like double bottom, I guess, kind of. It's not perfect. So those are 2 things I'm looking at, but I really need to see how the market opens next week for more confirmation. Jumia. I wish Print was here. Talking to Print earlier on Twitter. It's back at that demand zone. You could create hidden bullish divergence here on Jumia. You're back in this demand zone, which was your high over here, then your lows over here, and your 2 little wicks right there. The only thing I would say is that, like, if I'm being completely technical, this could be an inverse cup and handle. Just technically a bearish pattern, right? This would be your cup, and then your handle would be like this. So it could be an inverse cup and handle, which is not good. But you could always reject it just by showing demand here. So it's a make or break area regardless. So you're at a support, but then you have a potential bearish pattern. It's not bearish unless it breaks out to the downside. So very big make or break area for Jumia here. Potential divergence. We'll see what happens with it. I definitely think you want to get back above 48.33. So you're looking for a big bounce right here. Otherwise, take caution on Jumia. So that's that. Yeah, I'm just really interested to see what happens. Fisker just had a lot of catalysts. We already looked at UWMC twice, actually. Unfortunately, ACAT. You just scroll back and you probably find it like literally 3 minutes ago. My question with Fisker is like, it literally had no catalyst for a month. It just went sideways. This was like the steel wall of support at 1455. And we just got a bunch of catalysts. And I know they have a potential battery supplier catalyst coming up. But you have to remember on Fisker, like the cars are not going to be on the road until the end of 2022, or potentially beginning of 2023. So my only question is like, are people going to get impatient? Like obviously there's huge catalysts right now, but you do have to wait for some time until they have, you know, revenue So a lot of people have that question. I have that question as well. I don't know if it's going to sell off again when there's less catalyst, but regardless, the chart's very, very easy to read. You know, the technicals work out great on Fisker. It worked out here on this huge trade, like 100% profit. It worked out great here on this trade. It was a 44% profit, but if I put a higher target, it could have been 100% if you would have just never sold. It's huge stuff. It's at the 2618. See what happens. Battery supplier was a question from analysts in the earnings call. I saw some other article about like some sort. I forgot what it was. So yeah, we'll see. There's definitely partnership catalysts like we saw this week. There will be catalysts. It's just there's a lot of time in between now and their cars on the road. So I hope people don't get impatient. I hope people understand the vision for the long term. But you know, it's always a trader's market at the end of the day. So we'll see. We'll just take it day by day. You know, not too concerned. But yeah, we need 4 more people to get us to 30 likes. So if you haven't hit that like button, make sure to do so. And if you want to send me a tip, that's the pinned comment in the chat. Fubo. Let me go on the 4 hour. It's interesting. It's really not much to work with. Like, it's just, there's not much of a pattern here. You're just kind of in between a support and like literally your support's 30 and your resistance is 40 and you're at 35. You're right in the middle. So it's really tough to really give you like a direct answer. I do like how the MACD is waning, going back to its green a little bit, but I have to see. No, I've not graduated college. I'm a freshman. So I'm just not too sure on Fubo at this current moment. Yeah, Adam Jonas. Shout out to Adam Jonas, the analyst from Morgan Stanley. Not only on the Fisker trade did he put out a crazy price target, which helped it, but also on the QS trade. If you remember the 46% profits on the QS trade, he gave QS a $70 price target, which was literally the price target that I had on the trade I put out like a week before the price target came out. Yes, we did go over Palantir. It's just at the support. Yeah, I'm not too sure. It's going to be very interesting open to the market next week. I just took time. You know, I just devoted a lot of my time in the last year learning how to read charts, and it's been a journey for sure. Got to put in the work, spend, you know, multiple hours a day learning how to do it. LLNW, I'm not too sure here. It's gonna go on the daily. You're showing some 4-hour divergence, but I mean, yeah, you're at a support. You're literally like you closed right out of support. So it's like a very big, either you bounce here, you're probably going to be headed down to like $2.80. Major make or break area. You're literally touching the support. Potential like local divergence, not like actual textbook divergence, where really just this MACD island is going up and the price is going down. So see what happens there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just figured might as well go live to celebrate Fisker and everything. It's done this week after looking at the chart for so long. I'm gonna come back to the stream one day and be so happy about it. And I just you know, even more than like the amount of money that the trade provided, it's just like just happiness that it worked out. You know, my thesis was correct. Laser had a symmetrical triangle and it broke out to the downside. Looks like it's already playing out. Major support on laser is $23. Other than that, there's not much of an edge. And your resistance is like, I'd say $30 honestly is like your resistance. So support 23, resistance 30, right in the middle of the channel. So I'm not too sure there. Yeah, Fisker and QS, biggest trades of the month for sure. Both of them were like a 45% gain or so. And Fisker could have been a 100% gain if you just held. Yeah, BurgerFi. You take a look at the chart. Could be no, not really a cup and handle. Let me just delete everything here. It's interesting. I like how you're making higher lows, right? So you had this first valley and a second valley there. I like the higher lows. It's showing some sort of accumulation. Your resistance like 16, just like really the upper $16 range. Support on BurgerFi, I'd say like 1380-ish. It's interesting. I don't really know. It's not too clear right now, but I think long term it's still nice. Yeah, shout out to the OG SPAC members. Great stuff. Just months of waiting, and we're here. Fisker is literally almost the same price as CCIV, which is crazy. Because like literally 2 weeks ago, or like literally Fisker was like $15 and CCIV was like $60, and now they're pretty much the same price. So it's crazy. UWMC has amazing dividends, leaders in their market, and amazing earnings report. There's no reason. Yeah, I mean it's insanely oversold. I'm not too sure. It's just very, very oversold in my opinion. But it's a terrible float. You know, everybody, when you have something that's that badly oversold, everybody who's like bag holding tries to sell in the bounces. Makes it hard. But once you finally confirm that trend shift, when you make those higher lows, that's when things can really, you know, go crazy. I'm not sick anymore. I was sick like one day and then a little bit on Tuesday, and I've just been getting better the whole week. I'm like fully good right now. A lot of earnings on March 1st, which is Monday. Did not know about that. Look at Lemonade. I mean, if they have earnings, it comes down to the earnings, not really the chart. So it really just comes down to the earnings. If I was looking at this chart like there wasn't earnings, I mean, even then, there's like no edge here. There's not really a major support until like 107. That's like your major support. You can create bullish divergence, so there is some bullish divergence developing, kind of. But remember, earnings can always change things. The NEO as well. Yeah, it just comes down to the earnings, not really the chart. However people react to the earnings. Wow, I did not know NEO sold off like that. I mean, NEO, your support's like 42 from like over there. Other than that, I'm not too sure. Depends on how people react to earnings and stuff. Nano Dimension. You're at a support right now. You're kind of like your candle highs from there. Not really divergence. Not too sure here as well. I'm sorry. Technically, as long as you're above $9, you're good. But if you fall under 9, take caution. That's what I would say. Because that 9 looks like your support range. Kind of. It's not super clear. Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to go live real quick to celebrate Fisker, go over the trades, recap the week. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hope you have a great weekend. And on to next week. We'll see what happens. Thanks for coming out. Hit that like button on the way out. Have a great weekend. Peace out.